Well, Kurosawa loved martinis, I can tell you that.
Roger Corman, thank you for joining me today. Do you have a feminist streak? Because I'm thinking of, we've got Wasp Women, Gunslinger, Apache Women, Swamp Women, where you're putting women out front in either horror movies that are focused on the female character or action movies where the protagonist is a woman, typically that would have been at that time, or of a male-driven genre, even still. So do you think that you have a feminist streak?
I was trying to work within genres and change things, bring something new. And one of the obvious things was to switch the leading man to a leading lady, and those films were all successful. So it wasn't so much that I was promoting a feminist agenda. I was simply making a switch on the normal way a film is cast.
I know Quentin Tarantino is a big fan of the women in prison genre. How do you think those hold up? Like, would you do those a little bit differently now? Because, let's face it, they do border on exploitation.
At the time, as a matter of fact, Jack Hill did the first one, directed the first one, The Big Dollhouse. And my own feeling when you say it bordered on exploitation, I thought, I think maybe we've crossed the border. Maybe we've gone too far with this one. But then the grosses came in, and we couldn't believe the money, particularly the money coming out of the drive-ins. So with me questioning whether or not we had been right in doing The Big Dollhouse, I immediately commissioned another one, and we kept going.
I kind of don't think that there's enough attention placed on the fact that you opened up these foreign films to American audiences outside of LA and New York City. Bergman, Kurosawa, Fellini. First off, do you think enough people know that Roger Corman is also the guy that brought these foreign treasures to American soil?
To me, it was very important. When I started New World, we were making low-budget American, and I can use the word exploitation films. And the company was amazingly successful right from the beginning, and I'd always loved the films of Bergman, Fellini, Kurosawa, and so forth. And I felt that they were not getting really the distribution they deserved. And the Bergman film, Cries and Whispers, came available, and I thought I would like to distribute it because I thought they've been distributed by major studios who are great distributors for a major studio type film, but they didn't quite understand how to sell quote, art film. I felt we were small enough to give them individual attention, and just the fact that I wanted to distribute this film, and so did our staff, particularly Frank Moreno, our sales manager. We took it on simply because we wanted to distribute these films.
What were some of the things you learned about them that most people out there don't know? Like somebody that likes their martini a certain way, or really liked talking about golf, or things like that.
Well, Kurosawa loved martinis, I can tell you that. Bergman thanked me for bringing his pictures to an audience that had never seen them. I actually put an Ingmar Bergman picture in a drive-in, and Fellini said, "Roger, forget distributing, go back to directing."
What's some lessons that you think current blockbusters could learn from your Fantastic Four movie?
I think it is to put the money on the screen. One of the people, as a matter of fact, I would say the #1 person making this type of film is Jim Cameron, where when he made Titanic, it was the most expensive picture ever made. But you looked at the film and you knew there was no waste. It was there on the screen. When he did Avatar, again, it was the most expensive picture ever made, but again, you could see the production value. Whether he learned it from me, and that portion he might have learned a little bit, but he was able to say, I'm only spending the money on what is necessary to make this the best film I can make. There is no waste within the film.